Okay, hey everybody. Welcome to the webinar. Let me get my settings right here. There we go. Okay, so give me one if you can see that little message card on the screen and you can hear me okay in the chat box. Right on. 111. Good, good, good. And I'm going to skip the where everybody's from because I know where y'all are from. I know we got people worldwide in here, so that's awesome. Anybody in Orlando, Florida? Because I'm heading down there pretty soon. Just wanted to check and see. And man, what news last night, eh? The NBA suspended the season. That's crazy. And the March Madness, nobody's going to be able to view the games except on TV. That's nuts too. But yeah, coronavirus, man. So the question I've been getting is, how's this going to affect business? Well, if you think about it, I mean, it's going to affect things definitely, but on the positive side, there's going to be a lot more people staying home. And what do people do when they stay home? They go on their phone or they go on their computer and they start surfing around. And guess what they're going to see? Our ads. So people do still have money. That's not a thing. And holidays are still going to happen regardless of viruses coming or going. So, I mean, this corona thing, it will pass. They always do. And it's just a matter of now time in order for it to go. So, yeah, it's serious, but I mean, this happens all the time. Just go back through history. There's tons of viruses that have come and gone. So, anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. Today, we are talking about getting message cards up and running for testing. So, what I'm going to show you today is two things. Well, actually, three things. I'm going to show you how to launch it, how to run an ad campaign from Facebook to test it, and then how to run it from Google search. So this is something new that I've never showed before in the forums, and I can't wait to show you guys because just want to open your eyes to the fact that there's more than one traffic source out there. So yeah, I still use Facebook a lot, mainly. It's my main traffic source, but I also use Google quite a bit too. So Google search is great because people are actually typing in looking for products, whereas Facebook, they're just kind of scrolling through. So it's more of interruption marketing on Facebook, but on Google, it's actually buyer intent. And yeah, we'll be using Google for testing and ramping up and scaling. So I'm going to show you both, and then you can pick and choose which one you want to go with. A lot of people have requested the Google stuff, so that's what I'm going to show because I really like Google too. I've been using them for since like 2005, and I really like Google. Okay, so that's my message card anyway. So it just says to my wife. This is a husband to his wife for Mother's Day. Says, I know I don't say I love you as many times as I should or thank you as much as you deserve, but I hope you know how grateful I am for everything you do and that I love you more than anything. Happy Mother's Day. So I'm like, that's a very pretty message card. So let's go here and let's go into your Shine On account and just click on Add New and Product. Now, product wise, we are at a little bit of a standstill on some of these products because they're actually out of stock, which sucks. So we want to go with ones that are in stock. And this infinity heart necklace is the one that I've been doing all my testing with mainly. This gold heart up here is a good one, and Eric says they're getting more in. And as well, there's the interlocking hearts, which I don't even know where those went, but that's a good one too. So let's go with this, the infinity heart. Just click create product, and then we're going to click here, drag and drop your image. So I'm going to click it. Then I'm going to go to, computer slow here. Come on, computer. D drive, message cards, Mother's Day, designs, this one. So that's the one I just showed you. And now, like, people are saying, well, what do you do? Husband to wife or son to mom, or like, which one works best? And I'm like, they all work. So what works best for me might not work best for you and might work better for somebody else. So what I suggest is test all the different angles and find which one works best for you. Okay. So click continue to product assets. And then we go here and we go to my wife. And we'll go happy Mother's Day. And then we'll say, I love you more than anything. So I'll just take bits and pieces from there. Then down here, I'll put looking for the perfect Mother's Day gift for your wife, this is it. Get her this beautiful gift box, necklace, and message card. Now, you don't even have to wrap it. You'll love it. And I love that you thought of her in such a kind and sweet way. There you go. Then I'll just bold the title. So it's a question and an answer and then kind of what it is. And this part I found you don't even have to wrap it is very important for men because by nature we're very lazy. And I know that I can buy this for my wife and I can just hand it to her with some flowers and maybe some chocolate, take her out for dinner, and I'm good. I'm like the best husband ever. So there we go. And it fits nice, looks really good. There's questions too on should we do just black and white, white background with black text. I'm finding this is converting really really well, even compared to my fancy ones. So sometimes simple is best, and this shows up very well on Facebook too. Okay, so the other question I get all the time is, what do we do for pricing? Well, leave it on the defaults to start. If it's working really, really well, you can always bump up the price. But even at $49.95, the base cost is $11.30. That's still a good, healthy profit margin to work with. So now we'll get down here to the Facebook pixel. You need for me, I'm going to use my wife pixel, and then Google. I'm going to show you this part too in a second after I launch it, and I'll come back and edit this because we need to track from Facebook and we need to track from Google. If you notice, there's no real spot to put in any code. So we are actually going to track through Google Analytics. So you guys are getting a big bonus here on something that most people don't know how to do. And that is set up tracking through Google Analytics to Google Ads. Most people don't know how to do that because it's not the simplest thing, but it does work and it works very well. So this part here, your product handle, you can change your URL. So right now it's going to create a big long URL. I don't really care about that because I'm not putting the URL in the description or anything. It's just linking right to it. And the good part is of Shine On doing this is like lucky, right? The bad part is if people know that I use the word lucky, they can search for my products very easily and find them all. And that's not good to me. So I'm not going to use this at all. I'm just going to go with whatever they use, they generate for the product right there. So I think from a Facebook end, I can grab the pixel, which is, I got a wife account. So I'm just going to go into one of them. I'm going to edit the ad, grab a pixel ID because I can't remember exactly what it is. So it's this one, 547, whatever. So I grab that pixel ID, I go back to Shine On, and I paste it. Now, I'm going to click Publish Product. I'm not going to do the Google part yet because I don't want to confuse you guys. I'm going to stick to Facebook, then I'm going to go to Google, come back and edit this. So I'm going to Publish Product, and it doesn't show immediately. It takes a minute for it to show, so we're going to have to refresh this. Meantime, I can start creating the actual campaign. So in here, I've got a couple other wife ones. And if I sort it, then I know I'm at like number 5. So what I'm going to do is a method that I've been using that's working very, 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 very well. And it's a CBO slow and steady that I'm going to use for testing. And then I'll show you how to scale it too in the next webinar. But setup is as I'll show you here. So we're on campaign number 5. So go into your ad account, create a campaign. I number it. Then I'm going to put the name. So I think I did, Shine On. So I put SH for Shine On, and then to my wife, Happy Mother's Day. Can't remember what I put on the end. Let's see if it's loaded here. There it is. I love you more than anything. So I'm just going to take that title. Put it right here. All right, and then we're going to do a conversion campaign. And we're going to turn on CBO. And now don't panic. I'm putting $1,000 daily budget, but you'll see that we're not going to spend that. Not even near that. So just put it at 1,000 because when Facebook sees $1,000 daily budget, I think their system goes, ooh la la, big time spender. Let's give him some good traffic, even though we're not going to spend that. I mean, I'm happy to spend it if it's making money, but if it's not, then I'm not. So now, what to go with on the targeting side? I've always found the older guys are working better, but you can start a couple younger, 25 men, USA, and then we're going to put the word steady in there, of course, and then March 13th, which is actually Friday. Friday's not the best day. You know what? I'm going to start this today, just because we're in the morning anyway. So I put the word interest, but I'm going to replace that with what I actually target in there in a second. So save to draft. Now, while that's loading, oh, that was fast. All right, good for you, Facebook. So let's go in and start punching away here. So I want the purchase event. Put your pixel ID 547 for me, and I want the purchase event. There we go. So you'll see this is good because it's showing red, and this is what you guys will see when you first start out. That's fine, and it gives you a big warning here. Don't worry about that. Doesn't matter. Now we are going to use dynamic creatives, which you guys might not have used before, but they work very well in a CBO. And then we're going to start it right now. But if you did want to start it later, you can. Some people are saying too they can't get this part to show the start date. That's because you're on guided creation. Switch to quick creation, which is what I'm doing here in order to get this to show as my screen shows. All right, now I'm going to switch this to United States. And then I'm going to go men. I'm going to go 25 plus. Now, it's a married man. So my first thing is going to be married. And they have to have like a wife and they have to have kids, right? So the beauty of Facebook is this is men who are married and have kids. So that's 24 million men in the US. And then all we're going to do is go into sub niches within that. So I'm gonna turn off expanded. I don't want that. So I'm just going to narrow a little bit further, and I'm going to go with some sub niches like hunting. So married men who have kids and are into hunting, there's 3.4 million in the US. That's a good size. All the rest of this I leave on defaults. So I'm going to use auto placements, and I'm going to use all this conversions, 7-day click or 1-day view. Some people get hung up on this, and I don't know why, because honestly, it doesn't matter. The conversion window, like, yeah, you can go into the technical side and debate back and forth as to, well, I feel that this is how they do it, and I feel that this is how they do it. You know what? I've run every single variation of every single option on this screen that you're looking at, and I don't find much difference in anything. So don't get hung up on these little tiny nuances that do not matter. All right, that's my advice. So up here, I'm going to put hunting and married and parents all, because that's the interest that I used. So I'll double click all that, go to copy. Oh, excuse me, I almost forgot the most important part. And if I did and I have $1,000 daily budget and I forget this part, I would spend a ton of money. Like my rules will catch it. That'll show you the rules in a sec. But still, we need to add spend limits. Okay, this add spend limits on a CBO is vital. Now, when you're running, most people say put a minimum, and then the maximum will be like whatever. But what I found works is this magic number of a maximum of $12.50 per day, right in there on a CBO, $1,000 CBO, 10 ad sets with a maximum ad set spend of $12.50. That means I'll spend maximum of 125 a day on this. And after 1 day, that's way more than enough to know if I got a winner or not. Plus, I have rules on this too that are going to shut things down real quick. So, yeah, don't forget this part. If you set up this campaign and you forget to add the maximum spend of $12.50, that's on you, because I'm going to really scream at you about this. Don't forget the maximum spend. It's vital, 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 vital. Okay, let's go there. Then I'm going to put it on married and happy for the page, because why not? They're married and hopefully happy. And now I need images, so I got to grab some images. So let's go back to Shine On and let's go to the link. So we click that. It'll open up my product link, and it's created a nice little gift box here. So I'm going to save that. And now here's a little thing that's annoying too. Sometimes if it hasn't processed yet, it'll save it as this WEP WebP file, which is like some fancy new file that they have that is useless to me. But the only real way to edit these is to use MS Paint. So I'm going to save that one. I'm going to go to another one. I like to do the gold one too. There it is. Oh, there it is. So I'll save the silver and the gold. I'll save that one. And now what I need to do is go in there. So I'll go into D drive, message cards, Mother's Day, designs there, and then I'm going to right click and I'm going to open this with MS Paint in my case, because it can handle these files. Now I'm going to resize this to 1080 by 1080. And then I'm just going to go File, Save As. I'm going to save it as a PNG. Silver PNG. And then OK. All right. And then I'll go back here and I can actually just do the same thing. Open with, Paint, resize, pixels, 1080. And then File, Save As, PNG. There we go. Okay. So now I've got my 1080 by 1080 images right here. Just going to move that over. And now, if you don't have MS Paint, there must be something on a Mac. I don't have a Mac, so I don't know what else you can use. Typically, I'll use Photoshop, but I don't have a Mac, so I can't really offer any advice on a Mac. But there's got to be something. And actually, maybe a Mac thing is more powerful. But so the basic gist is we need two images, and they got to be 1080 by 1080 PNG files, preferably. So select images. And we're going to go upload. I'm going to one. All files. Didn't I just save that in there? I saved it to the wrong one. I did. I put it in the wrong folder. I swear to God, I just saved it in that folder and I don't see it. Huh? Let's try that again. I don't know where I saved that. I lost it. I lost my file. Save as PNG, and I am. Oh, Fiverr message cards. What the hell? It'll always be my forever. Okay. So Fiverr message cards wife. To my wife, you'll always be my forever. Well, that's interesting. I put it in the wrong spot. Let's go back in here. Oh, actually, let's go here. Upload. D drive. So I just put it in the wrong folder. Yeah, I put it right here by accident. Dumb. I found them, but they're in the wrong folder. So make sure you save it to the right folder. Otherwise, you'll be confused like I just was. And then continue. And then I'm just going to grab, while I'm waiting for that to upload, I'm going to grab the URL too. So copy the URL and then go back here and then scroll down to this red box. Just paste it in. I'll get rid of that warning message. Now, allow additional optimizations. We're going to turn that on because it'll actually create a video out of our images and our text, which is very cool. And then in here, we're going to put our primary text. We're going to put two of them. So happy or perfect Mother's Day gift for the wife. This is it. Get her one now. So short and sweet. Another one. I'll say Mother's gift for your wife. Actually, I'm going to put the, because I don't want to put your, because then I'm assuming they have a wife and Facebook doesn't like that. This beautiful gift box, necklace, and message card says it all. Get her one now and make her day. There we go. So you just put two variations and they will split test the images, they'll split test the primary text, and then they'll split test the headline, description, and buttons. So here I'm going to put click here for details and add another option and click here for pricing. And then that's good for that. And then I'll put she will love this. And then add another option under the description. Get her one now. And then scroll down to the buttons, which is right here. So learn more, and we're going to do shop now. So there, we've basically got 32, I think it is, variations of an image, of an ad that we can use. So that works awesome. Facebook loves it. They love CBO. They love big budgets. They love dynamic creatives. And this will do very, very well. Okay. So they'll just basically switch out everything in between, make sure your pixel's right. And then that's our first one. So we're good to go. So now we just do a dupe. And it's a lot faster now. We'll go number 2, and we'll go with the old fishing. Remove the word copy, Control A, Control C. I'm just going to scroll down and change hunting to fishing. And then I'm just going to change the ad name. And then I'll go back to the ad set. That's it. I don't have to redo the ad. Now you're probably saying, well, you don't have the post ID. Yeah, I don't, because you can't really do post ID, that method, with dynamic creatives. Every creative is a new one. And I know people say, well, you need the social proof, Will. You're losing it. Yeah, and it doesn't matter anymore. That's old. Social proof doesn't matter now. Facebook treats these a lot better than ones that have like tons of likes, shares, and comments. So things change. We got to change with it. That's the way it goes. So I'll do outdoor enthusiast. And you can see that's 880,000, still a very good size. And somebody asked me, like, what range am I looking for on the reach? From 0 to 1 trillion is the range that you want to be in, because the range doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter. It could be 5 people, and if they all buy, you're happy. You're not going to be able to scale it, but that number, the potential reach number, it's another thing that's just white noise. It doesn't matter. So don't worry about that little tiny detail, because it's not something to even fret about. All right, now I'm going to switch to my other stuff, like love. You can see that's 4.6 million of the metric that people seem really concerned about, but they shouldn't be. The main metric that you want to track is money in and money out. How much did I spend and how much did I make? And if you spent less than you made, you're doing well. That's what you want to do. You know what? I'll do this one, but there is actually Mother's Day as an interest. Now, you could just stop here and do 5. I'm going to do 10, just because I like setting up campaigns. No, because I really do think this product will work very well, so I'm going to set up 10. But if you're on a budget, just set up 5 instead. And then, like I said, Mother's Day is actually an interest. It's pretty cool. And I'm moving pretty quick. Some of you are like, no, you're not. But some of you are like, man, I don't even know what he's doing. So just watch the replay and you can pause it and move through each step by step, which you're going to have to do when I get to the Google Ads stuff anyway, because the Google Ads, I have to use Google Analytics, and you guys are going to be scratching your head for a second while you're watching me. And there's the wonderful part where the systems don't update in real time, so we have to actually wait for the pixel to be imported, which is fun. Yeah, I'll show you in a sec. So I put GIF too, because why not? And so I did love, but I want to do my other favorite, which is Well, we can even do engaged shoppers. Why not? So this is people who've clicked the call to action shop now button in the past week. So we know these guys they're on Facebook and they're actually clicking. It doesn't mean they're buyers though. They could just be looking for prices or window shopping. Just gotta do 2 more here. Paste. And then my other favorite is happiness. I love that interest. And I see some comments coming in like, how are you targeting these weird interests and they're working? Well, because it's not about the interests. It's about the niche and the demographics and the product more than anything. The product will draw your buyers. We know it's married men who have kids. That's who we want to target because they have a wife, and the wife is a mother. So there's a connection right there. So people get so bogged down in targeting. You don't have to be, because targeting is honestly the least important part of an ad. The most important part is the product you're selling. If that product is a good one and people like it, you could put together the crappiest campaigns in the world and they will still profit. Yeah, I put gratitude. There's 10. So I wanted to put 10 so you can see how fast I can actually do this. Boom, done. Now I just upload that. Well, actually, before I upload, go to edit, go to ad sets, select all, go to edit. And if you're scheduling them to start tomorrow, check your schedule date and then go here and click view and edit and just make sure that everyone has a maximum spend at $12.50, which they do. And just check your settings. And then you can check your links too if you want. So just go in there and just grab that link and make sure that it's working, and it is. And then make sure your pixel's on there. It is. So we're good. And then you can upload it. So I am going to upload this. And now I want to put some rules just to pause things on this. And then I'll show you how to ramp it up and scale next week. But we're basically just looking for winners right now. So you need to repeat this process for basically all of your tests. And you might think, well, if I'm doing like 25 tests, I'm not going to run 10 ad sets for each test. That's fine. Run 5. And use the rules will shut them down. The more you test, faster you're going to find a winner. So if you test 1 a day, between now and the next webinar, that's 7 tests you did. That's okay. But I would double that. I would do at least 14. And it sucks spending money when you don't know if you're going to make money, but we can actually do the rules here now. So I click Ads Manager, Automated Rules, and I want to go to I'm in the wrong campaign. Let's go to Wife. Make sure you're in the right account. And we've got some rules, some old ones in here, but I'm going to create some new ones. So create rule, and we're going to go to here. It's going to be settings. Ad set name contains the word steady. And here we're going to say if spent is greater than, you can be as aggressive as you want. You can put like $8 in here. This depends on what you want to do. So if I make say $30 per sale, which I do approximately on that, I think it was $49.95 minus $12.30, which is like 30. I can't remember. I can't do the math. Well, let's see. Whatever your break even is, you got to figure that out. So the 49.95 minus, was it 12.30? So 37.85, 37.65, and then there is like a 6.5% charge on that for retargeting too. So it'll be, I think it's around $32. So if I take my break even is 32 divided by 2, that's 16 that I could spend. If I want to get super aggressive, I could go half of that. So if you want to say if spent is greater than 8 and add to cart is less than 1 for lifetime, then shut it down, you can do that. So let's go steady. This is pretty aggressive. You could turn that up to like 15 if you have a bigger budget. So rule number 1, turn off ads, turn off if spent is greater than 8 and add to cart is less than 1 lifetime. Okay, so that means if it spends $8 without an add to cart, it's going to shut off. So that means we have to have a lot of ad sets running, right? And then the second rule is this. Settings. Ad set name again is steady. Contain steady. And in this case, spent is greater than, I'll go higher on this, like 20. Because this means it had an add to cart, so I'm going to give it more money to actually get a sale. Then I'll go purchases, smaller than 1, turn it off. So this will run every 30 minutes. So turn off if spent is greater than, so I went 8 and 20. Got to remember that for my other one, for my Facebook or Google Ads rules. Great. Close. And then last one is this one. So now if it got a sale, I want to make sure that it's not running away on me. So ad set name contains steady and purchases is greater than 0. And in this case, I'm going to use return on ad spend is smaller than 2 lifetime, then shut it down. So this is just my little check that it kind of, it's making money, but then it starts tanking a little bit, then I'm going to shut it right off. And this is pretty aggressive too. Well, actually a 2, return on ad spend at 2 or less than 2 is not. You're still making money, you're just locking in profits. And purchase, ROAS less than 2. There's your 3 basic rules for the slow and steady $1,000 CBO. So you can say, really, I mean, technically you spend $8. So I might spend, if this message card tanks, I'll spend $8 times 10 ad sets is $80 in testing it. If it does well, I'm going to let it run, but then this rule number 3 is going to kick in. So that's your setup on that side. Now, let's go to Google and let's set up a search campaign in Google. Now, first thing we need for a search campaign is we need to be able to track it. So how are we going to track it? I'll show you. We're going to go to Google Analytics. And you're going to open up an account here. So I'm going to sign in. And you can add a property or use, if it's your first time in here, you can just use whatever you want. But under admin, we're going to go to, this is my Gear Bubble Pro Store one. So maybe I'll add a new one. So I'll go create an account. And I'm going to call this one, what do we do? Well, Mother's Day. Mother's Day demo for Shine On. There, I'll call it that. So I leave all that on, click next, and then it's measure your website, next, and then property setup. My website name is Shine On. The URL is shineon.com. Category, don't really need one, but we'll put shopping. Then United States, and I'll set my time zone to Detroit, closest to me, then click create. Then I gotta click this, and scroll through all that, find stuff, I accept. And now I will have my tracking ID. So this is my tracking ID. So now I need to do something with this. I don't need to worry about Tag Manager or anything like that, but I do need to go back to Shine On, and I need to click on my product, and then on the right hand side, right here, see this? They have a default one in there, but I'm gonna just paste in the one I just copied. Okay, so I've got my Google Pixel, that's my tracking ID, save. So on Shine On's end, I am now tracking with Facebook and with Google. Okay, now go back here. And we're done with this part. We just really needed that tracking ID. But now go to admin, and up here, go to accounts, and make sure that you are in the right one, Mother's Day demo. Now we'll open this. So make sure you're in that one. So Shine On, am I in the right one? Mother's Day demo. No, I want to be in this one. Oh, properties and apps is called Shine On. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm in it. So make sure you're in that one. And now over here, we're going to do a goal. And this goal is going to be a new goal. And in here, you're going to put, well, actually, I need something here. Can't remember what it is. So just bear with me 1 second, because I have to get the URL. I think it's thank you, but let me check. Found it in here a second ago. Yeah, I have it. So where to go? I have it in another one. See, I remember having to scroll through a bunch. Oh, let me go back here. Go to my other one. Just did this. There it is. Thank dash you. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go back. Sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure I got the right one. So Mother's Day demo open. Now let's go back into here. Go to goal. Oh, let's go admin. Let's start right at the beginning. Admin goals. New goal. So we're going to do a custom one. Continue. The goal ID is shine on sale. We'll call it that. It's a destination. So it's a page. Continue. And then here we're going to put the destination equals to thank you. Not begins with, yeah, equal, or is it regular expression? I think it's regular expression. I can't remember what I did. Anyway, value-wise, we can turn that on if we want, and we can set a value. You don't need that, but you do need it if you're going to do target CPA later on. So right now we'll set it to like, I think you make 32 per sale. And then we'll click, with funnel, we don't need that. So we'll click save. That creates a goal in here. Now I'm going to go into my ad account right here, and I'm going to start a campaign. Well, actually, no, I'm going to go tools, conversions, and then I want to import one. So I'm going to go here, plus import. And this is from Google Analytics. We'll continue. Then I want to link my account. Let's go here and see I need the ID. So it's 160396601-1. This one. So I want to link this, and then turn on link, and turn on import site metrics, and click save. Good. And now I can go back to tools, and conversions, and plus, and import. So I'm moving pretty quick, but continue. And now this is where it takes a second. So they're kind of updating things on the back end, and it might take a minute for them to actually update. So don't panic if you don't see it in there yet. Meantime, we can set up our test campaign while we're, oh, actually there it is. So this shine on sale, it came in right on. So I'm going to import this goal, click it, import and continue. Done. Now it's right here. Shine on sale. No, shine on sale. Yeah, this one. This is the one that we're tracking sales with. Okay, ignore all the other ones. That's for a demo I was doing. So shine on sale, all website data. That's the one that's going to track sales. for us. We need that because when we're creating our ads, we want to make sure it's tracking. So let's go back here. That's the hard part. So let's go search campaigns and then campaigns, and then we'll hit the plus sign. And I want to do a new campaign. All right. Now here, I'm going to create a campaign without guidance because I'm PPC Coach, so I don't need it. Search, and then website visits. And then here is where you're going to plug in your URL. All right, here, paste, continue. We're going to call this number 1. And this is going to be, to my wife, happy Mother's Day, I love you more than anything. So we'll go shine on. To my wife, happy Mother's Day, I love you more than anything. There we go. Now I'm going to turn off display because it blows, and I'm going to turn off search partners because I don't want them. I only want search networks for this. And under more settings, I need to do, actually I don't need anything in here. I could use a tracking template, but I'm not going to because that's a little bit too advanced for this one. Dynamic search, I'm going to leave that off. For countries, I'm going to enter locations now, and I'm going to put multiple in here. So enter another, I'm going to put Canada, United States. So I am stacking countries into one. And some people say don't do this, but I've never found it mattered. And Australia. Now, I wouldn't recommend going worldwide because you'll blow through your budget on garbage traffic. So there's my top 6: Australia, Canada, Ireland, New Zealand, United Kingdom, and the United States. Okay, now you could go US only if you wanted. I just like to go a little bit further. And this is people in or regularly in your targeted locations, not people who show interest in. Okay, and then exclude, leave that blank. And here I'm just going to do English only. Under audiences, I'm not going to use any. That's more for retargeting. Under budget, I'm going to go with basically the entire campaign. I could do like $50 a day. And then within that, I'll have ad sets, and I'm also going to have rules that are going to apply. Now bidding, they want you to go for conversions, but we don't really have any conversions yet, so you can't really go with conversions. So hit this, and we're going to go full standard car here, and we're going to turn off enhance. So basically, we're going to control the bid. So it's manual CPC. That's what you want. And if you'll go back to previous, this is where I started. You can see they only give you conversion value, clicks, or impressions. If you do clicks, then you can set a maximum cost per click, but it's here at the campaign level. That doesn't help us. So we want to hit this, and we want to go to manual CPC and turn off enhance. Okay, so this is true pay-per-click, old school. You control everything. This is the way I want you to start it. Later on, you can shift to conversions once they have some data. Under show more settings, you have to click that because under conversions, if you don't select the conversion action you want, it's going to use every conversion action in your account. So that's why I went through that hassle of the Google Analytics and the goals and importing it. So I click this and I click select, and then I want my shine on sale right there. That's how I want it to track. Only on this one, not on the other conversion events. Okay, that's a little bit advanced, but follow what I'm doing. Just stop and start this on the replay if you need to. That's going to track. And that's a key stumbling block for a lot of people. They don't know how to do the Google Analytics hooked into their ad account. I do. All right, all day, that's where we're going to run it. You could set this to run in certain times of the day. If you do start seeing that certain times are working better, you can schedule it. And Google is way different than Facebook. Google can actually handle a schedule. Facebook can't. It never performs on a lifetime budget for Facebook. Ad rotation, we're going to leave it on optimize. Site link extensions. Now, we should be putting these in, but we don't really have any. And this is just like the, contact us about us and that kind of thing. It makes the ad look better, but we don't have any because we don't own the site. So call out extensions, you can do that too. I'm going to skip those for now because I don't really use them on Shine On. So click save and continue. And now what we want to do, we're getting to the point where we've got to create our ad group and we need keywords. So to find the keywords, this is why I want to use Google Ads. So click here, and click on Keyword Planner and open that in a new tab. So what I want you to type is, well, discover new keywords and Mother's Day gift. And then I want you to hit this little thing and add in all the countries that we're targeting. So you can tell I've done that before, right? There we go, and get results. So now we're going to see Mother's Day gift has 90,500 average monthly searches. There's the top of page bid, low and high, right? Mother's Day gifts, 300,000. Do you see why I want to be on Google? People think people don't go to Google. Hell yeah, they do. Mother's Day gift ideas, Mother's Day ideas, Mother's Day presents, best Mother's Day gifts, unique Mother's Day gifts, good Mother's Day gifts, Mother's Day necklace. Do you think maybe we should be bidding on these? I sure as hell do. All right, so I'm gonna start this off with my keyword, group one. Now I'm gonna group a whole bunch into one, and I'm gonna run rules based on the keyword itself. So I'm gonna go broad, and then I'm gonna show you how to manage this in the next one and scale it, because we'll get the actual search terms that people are typing in from our broad keywords. All right, so it's exciting stuff. I can't wait to show you. So the main one I plugged in when I typed this was Mother's Day gift, right? Now my default bid, I'm gonna start at 51 cents. Why 51 cents? Because that's where I like started. I mean, no real idea. And now I'm going to start pulling in. Now some of these are big time, so I might want to lower that bid. And I'm literally just copy and pasting from my other screen. There's no real easy way. Well, I'm sure there's a way to use this with a keyword planner and then transfer the planner to your account and blah, 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 blah. But I always found copy and paste just works best. Plus, I only want these top ones anyway. So do you think if we're selling a Mother's Day gift, this might work? Just maybe. Considering the search volume on these is freaking to the moon. We could even probably start our bid a little bit lower, which I think I might do, because when the search volume's that high, man. No, actually, I think I'll leave it there. I'll just let my rules run it. So what I did, I just took these first ones, all of those, and I put them in broad. Now, why broad? Some of you Google Ads guys might be having a seizure right now. That's okay. I am not gonna let them run wild. And even over here, you can see that you can get ideas. And basically, a lot of those are the same ones I just put in. So you can plug them in from here too. But I like the keyword planner because it shows me the actual amount on there. So, and another one, we can do other ad sets, but we're starting with a test. So I don't want to get ahead of myself. I love this shit, so I'd talk fast, but save and continue. Now, let's create our ad. What are we going to say? Well, to get ideas, go here. Go to the horse's mouth and type in Mother's Day gift. So Mother's Day gifts starting as low as $3.99. Wow, would you really want to give that to your mom? How is that? Yeah, I don't agree with that. Mother's Day gift baskets, unique gifts, glitter gift baskets, Amazon Mother's Day gifts, huge selection and great prices. 9 memorable gift for Mother's Day, 3D laser gifts. I'll be honest, when I go through these, I cringe because their copy sucks. Rose bunny, rose bear. Really? That's your mother's? Okay. So for me, when I'm writing my ads, you have to speak to the person as if it's your friend. So I would classify all of these ads as garbage. And these are Google search ads. And I'm going to blow them away with my ad copy. And so are you, because I'm going to teach you. So what do we say? Want a Mother's Day gift? Ask them a freaking question and then give them the answer. This is it. Look no further. If you read that, wouldn't you be, wow, that's pretty ballsy. What are they offering? We have a beautiful gift box and gift box, necklace, and message card that is perfect for any wife / mom. And then we'll say this. Get her this now. She will love it and love that you found the perfect Mother's Day gift. Look at that, 90 and 90. Done. Create next ad. How awesome is that ad? Does my ad not blow away those other crap that's on there? Yes, it does. Because the other crap that's on there is written by, well, not me. Anyway, so another one we're going to say, instead of want a Mother's Day gift, looking, looking, or no, need a Mother's Day gift. This wife / mom gift is it going to fit? Perfect. Okay. Check it out now. What? No, I'm going to say this. Your search is over. There. And then down here, we have a beautiful blah, 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 for any wife, mom. Get her this awesome Mother's Day gift now and have it in plenty of time for Mother's Day. There, we're creating some urgency. Do it now. So I'm going to save, continue. So I split tested my ads, right? Now I am going to continue to campaign, but there is a couple more things we have to do. So the campaign setup, it's running. It's not running because you can click on ads and extensions. So you can see it's under review. But let's talk ads first. We have a control and we have a test. The control is the one that did best, and the one that did best is the one that got the best, the most sales at the lowest cost per conversion. These conversions are going to be tracked from Shine On through Google Analytics to your Google Ads account. So we can look at this. Now, after running this for, on a test campaign, we're not going to have too much data, but once we hit the scaling phase, we're always going to want to have a control and a test, and we want to beat the control with our test. So we'll look at this and we'll come in. We'll say, okay, this ad's doing better, so we'll pause this one, we'll create a duplicate and modify something to always have two ads running. But you can see my ad copy blows away the crap ad copy that's currently on there. Mother's Day gift starting as low as $3.99. That's no Mother's Day gifts, unique gifts, glitter gift. Come on, man. Amazon Mother's Day gift, huge selection, great prices. Wow, could you be more generic, Amazon? Like this to me, if I read that versus that other ad copy, I'd be clicking my ads. All right, so that's number one. We will be split testing these. Number two, I want you to go to devices, and we can adjust them. So there's computer, mobile phones, and tablets. You click the edit, you click decrease by at least 30% on a phone, and then edit, decrease by at least 30% on a tablet. This little trick can turn a losing campaign into a profitable one because people buy more stuff on their computers than they do on their phones and their tablets. Now, they might look on their phone and they could still buy on their phone, but we want the bulk of the traffic to come from people searching on their computers, and Google allows us to do that. Okay. One other thing, demographically, we can set our demographics. So, first demographic is gender. We do not want our ad to show to females. We do not want our ad to show to unknown, so turn them off. We want males only. Not only that, we want age, and we don't want to bother with 18 to 24 because they don't buy. In fact, 25 to 34, we'll see. We can come in at any time and turn these on or off. But unknown as well, we can leave it on. But basically, turn off the youngest one because that's not the one that works best. All right, so we're looking for basically guys that are older. Now we can't really tell yet if any of their status, like married or anything, we don't know. So we're gonna have to run this and let the pixel figure out who to show it to best. But we can narrow it down a little bit to at least gender, men, and age 25 plus. Kind of like Facebook, right? Same idea. So if you wanted to get real technical, you could go in here. We could go older. Let's try audiences. I'm just looking for something. It's not in there. We could have our keyword include the word wife in it. Mother's Day gift for wife. Well, let's try some. I'm thinking we don't need to yet. No. Well, while we're in here, when you click on keywords, these are the ones you're bidding on. These are the ones you don't want to show, and these are the ones that people actually type in. So as this spends some money, you'll actually see the words that people are typing in. Pretty cool, right? So the only problem right now is we don't know if they're married or not, and we don't know if they have kids. So we're just kind of going to rely on the pixel to find those right guys. Which leads me to another. Well, I'm going to show that in the scaling. I can't show it. I don't want to get ahead of myself. So keep it simple. Set this up first. Your ads are under review. So if you come in here, search campaigns, you go to campaigns, and you're like, okay, well, this says it's eligible. And then I go to ad groups. So I click on it. I look at my ad group. It says eligible, but I have no traffic. Then you have to click on this too and make sure they're not under review. Because if they're under review, the other two areas will say eligible, but it won't be active until it's reviewed. So the review doesn't take very long for the text ads, but just know that. So if we go back to ad groups, let's say we come back in here and we see that this ad group is not really getting anything after the ads are approved. It's still not getting anything. Then we can edit the bid. We can go up by like 10 cents to 61 and then let that run, see if we get any impressions. If we don't, go up to 71, then 81, then 91, then $1 one. What you bid isn't necessarily what you're paying. All right. So don't worry about that. At the keyword level too, it's going to take, it has a default for the ad group, but if we change any of these bids within here, this will override the default for the ad group on the bid. So again, you could manage the keywords individually too. Okay. And if you really want it, well, yeah, I think this will work fine as is, but this could get sons looking for Mother's Day gifts too. So we may have to put in the word wife into these keywords to make sure that it's actually somebody looking for their wife too. But typically even a husband is going to type in these keywords. So yeah, we're going to have to leave it at that. Now, we're not done. Just like Facebook, well, we've got it set up and it's being reviewed, but go to tools and settings, go to rules. So we need rules. We need rules for this. So we're going to ignore these ones, but we're going to do rules. And do you know who invented rules and automated rules for paid traffic? These guys, not Facebook. Facebook basically copied these guys. So hit plus, hit keywords, keyword rules right there. And now we're going to select a rule, which is pause the keyword. And we're going to keywords in selected campaigns, and we're going to select our campaign and click done. Now the condition is this: if the cost is what? Greater than, well, in this case, we can't really go with add to cart. We got to go with purchase. So we could say if the cost is greater than 20, well, we could go more aggressive too, but 20 is good. And conversions is smaller than, less than 1 for the lifetime, we'll shut it down. So the frequency, we only have once daily, weekly, or monthly. So we're going to run this at basically 11:45 p.m. using data from all time. So you can see all the different options: same day, previous day, same week, previous week. So blah, 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 all these periods, we're going to use all time. Email results only if there are changes or errors. Rule name, we're going to call it basically keyword rule number 1. Pause if cost is greater than 20 and conversion less than 1. Now you can turn that down too if you want to be more aggressive. You can turn that down to $10 without a conversion if you really wanted. So I just copied that, save. So that's that one. Now I want to add another one, and it's a keyword rule, and it's going to be pause the keyword, and it's going to be here, and then done. Now, unlike Facebook, I can actually edit which campaigns it shows for. So when I have more campaigns I'm putting in, I have to come in and edit this rule to reflect, to attach to the new campaigns too. Okay, so Facebook, we use a little hack with the ad set name. In here, you have to come in and edit the rule to attach all the other campaigns that you create. So every campaign you create, you just have to attach the rule, okay? So this is going to be conversions, and in this case is greater than 0, and we're going to do conversions. Cost per conversion is greater than 20, or I mean, our break even is 32. Then we're going to run that at 11:45 every night using all-time data. And this is going to be paste, so we'll just edit this. So we'll call this rule number 2. Pause if conversion, in this case, so got a sale and cost per conversion less than 1, or sorry, greater than our break even lifetime. There we go. So that will basically pause everything for you. As far as scaling and ramping up, I'm not going to cover that today. I'm going to cover that in the next webinar that we're going to do, because we've got a lot to digest now. So like, what do you want to do with this? Well, this can be like, a lot of these are going to be really good, but when you get into here and you actually have search terms populating, well, I'll show you an example. So here's a Tumblr that I ran kind of just as a demo, but you can see I actually have search words. This is what I bid on for the Tumblr: Yeti, Yeti mug, Yeti cup, Yeti cooler. Look at my ads. I never say the word Yeti in it, but under keywords, when I go to search terms, this is what people were actually typing in: 20-ounce tumbler handle Walmart, 20-ounce tumbler box. How many inches are in a 20-ounce tumbler? Somebody actually searched for that and clicked on my ad. Ozark Trail Tumbler website, 3 impressions, 1 click. That's really good. RTIC tumbler, sublimation, 20-ounce tumblers, 3 impressions, 1 click. Walmart tumblers, Yeti. So all these people were looking for tumblers, and I was sending them to my page looking for a 20-ounce tumbler. Ours is funny and awesome. Check it out now. Let me drop everything and work on your problem. That's what ours says on it. Multiple color options available. Get one now and give one as a gift. So I was saying that, and people were clicking it. So in this case, this is a good example of, well, not the best example because I don't have a sale yet, but I only spent $4 here and $2 here. So far, this is a control and this is a test, and the control is beating the test. So once this spends like maybe $20, $50, $100, then I can come in and pause this one, create a duplicate, and try and compete with the winner. So I can see the click-through. Actually, from a CTR point of view, this ad is blowing away this ad. Big time. Ours is funny and awesome. This one is just as good. So those subtle little changes. Now, I never use the word Yeti in it because Yeti is trademarked, but I am showing my ad when people type in any of my Yeti keywords for this Tumblr. Cool, right? So that's just a little bit of Google ad training for you. We've got more coming because we can expand this, and I don't want to get into all the expansion right now because I want you guys to get testing up and running and find a winner before you actually expand. So keep an eye on your ads too. One good thing about Google is if I set my budget at 50 a day, they can spend up to 100 a day, so be aware of that. But I have had instances very recently where I set the budget to like $20 a day, and Google spent 360 some dollars, and so I was panicking. I'm like, what the hell? Why'd you spend that much? And I went worldwide, and I got a bunch of garbage clicks, like multiple, like hundreds of garbage clicks. And then so I contacted Google, and she said, "Oh, no." She goes, "We understand that, you set the budget here. Our system went over, but if you look at the reports, we only billed you for like 20 instead of 360. So you got basically $340 worth of free traffic from us because we know the system couldn't stop in time. So that's our fault, not yours." I'm like, wow, that's awesome. So just be aware of that. If you do have stuff that's getting a flood of traffic, always keep an eye on this and come into all campaigns and then search and then campaigns, and you can see your actual campaigns. This is a high level view. And then to go into the actual campaign itself, when you click here, it'll take you into the ad group. And when you click on the ad group, it'll take you into the keywords, right? That's how you can navigate this. So just go all, right? And then campaigns, click it, and that's when you're in. Sound good? All right, you guys probably have some questions, I imagine, which is cool. Let's go search campaigns. This one. Now we're in that one. Okay, so now we're going to close it off. So Google for testing or winners, for testing and winners. Yep. You can say it was PNG if you go into edit listing. All right, cool. Oh, that's the paint stuff. Oh, why is Friday a bad day to start ads? Would you recommend certain days to start ads? Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are the best day to start ads. Saturdays are good. Sundays are good. I find Friday afternoons stink and Mondays are garbage. How many campaigns should we run ads for? Each campaign is $80 in Google. Each campaign is $50. Well, if the budgets are too high, cut them in half. So yeah, I'm setting mine for, or set your rules far more aggressively. Either turn down your budgets, run less ad sets, or turn your rules up so they're more aggressive. So yeah, for me, I mean, 80, I don't look at it at mine as what am I going to spend? I always go into all my tests thinking this is a winner. So I think it's a mindset thing. If you go into the test thinking, man, I'm just going to lose money, then you're negative. You're already negative. So don't think of this as losing money. Think of this as going up to the, I don't know, going, at least going up to the, stepping up to the plate and trying to hit a home run. That's what I'm looking at it as. Like, I'm not, if I'm a baseball player, I don't step up to the plate and think, oh man, I'm just going to strike out. What's this going to cost me? Like, that's not the right attitude for paid traffic. So don't think of it that way. If your budget is tight, test less, test with lower amounts, and test less ad sets. That's all. Or test less keywords. So it'll take you a little bit longer to find a winner, but at least you'll feel better about it. Just mindset is everything. So if you go into this thinking, ah, this is a loser, I'm just throwing away money. How much am I going to throw away on this one? That's not good. You're not, that's not a healthy way to look at it at all. So instead look at it as, man, which one of these is going to take off? Which one of these keywords is going to blow through the roof? Which one of these ad sets in Facebook, which one of these interests is going to really dominate? Like, this is exciting. I can't wait. Instead of like, oh man, I'm just tallying up in my accountant mode here, and that's a lot of money I'm going to be spending. Well, yeah, but you got to spend money to make money. So, yeah. We had 50 quotes, and should we run tests for all 50? Yes, you should. Yes, you should. Because why not? Like, what are you in this to just kind of lose, or are you in this to win? If you take one shot at this, if you're like, I have 50 quotes, now what? You test them. That's what. You don't let them sit there. Why would you let them sit there? Why even bother doing them if you're not going to test them? Get out of this scarcity, everything's going to fail mindset. Get into the right one. You're buying data so you can actually, you're paying, you're putting money down to see which one of these is my winner that I'm going to scale. That's your mindset. Not, oh my God, I have 50. I have to test them all. I'm going to lose so much money. Holy cow. Don't even think that way. I don't think that way at all. I think the more tests I have, the faster I'm going to find a winner, the faster I'm going to make money. So I'm happy to spend it to get there. So I think that you hit on a huge thing that a lot of people go through. They don't want to spend any money to get there. And they're looking at everything they put out there as a loss before it even starts. And if that's your mindset, holy shit, this is going to be a tough business for you. You can't look at it that way. It's a good thing when you're testing. You're getting one step closer to finding that big winner that's going to pay for everything and put the money in your pocket. It's way too many people give up way too early. I see it day in and day out. Even people that buy the trial on my forums and quit a couple days later, I'm like, I just want to reach through the screen and smack them and be like, why did you even come here? You like, you spent $1 and you quit after 7 days. Give me a break. You haven't even done anything. Like, holy shit, I don't get it. Pardon my French, but man. So don't look at testing as losing money. Look at it as getting a step closer to finding your winner. Spin it all to a positive. Say, yeah, I have to test. Yeah, I have to spend money. That's part of the process. I have to do this in order to find my winner so that I pay for everything and have money in my pocket. The only difference between me and somebody who's struggling with this is I've tested more. I've had more failed products than you. That's it. The only difference between Like I got buddies that are making even more money than me. And you know why? Because they've tested more than me. That is the key to success, is to fail at tests. Weird, eh? It's freaking crazy. But the more you fail, the closer you get to that winner. You're one step closer. You have to make it through the shit part in order to get there. And the guys that join my forums and quit so early, I'm just like, man, you're gonna be on to the next shiny object and the next one and the next one. You've got everything you need right here, and you're not gonna accept it. And it's the old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And I've seen that time and time again. But the ones that get it and it clicks with them and they go, okay, this is not a negative thing, this is a positive thing, they get it and they're gonna succeed faster. Those are the people I love helping too. So I'm debating on trying messages in Spanish. Do you think this will work? Go for it. If I could speak Spanish, I'd be running Spanish stuff. Yes, go for it. If I spoke German, I'd be running German stuff. So if I do speak French, but that was like in high school. If I spoke French, I would be running French stuff because you've got the whole market to yourself. To yourself. Do it. Absolutely. When will the recording be available? This afternoon. I'll put it up. How much money should I spend on testing on average until I get a winner? You set that amount. If it's $50 total between Facebook and Google, that's your amount. So if you spend $50 on a winner, if you get a sale, you're good to go. If you don't, you shut it off and move on to the next. Set a dollar amount, set a hard amount, and stick to it. So if you spend 50 and you've got like 8 add to carts and no sales, maybe the price is too high. I don't know. Maybe the price is too low. I don't know. But set a hard dollar amount and stick to it. Don't just dump good money after bad. Just because you're scheduled to spend 80 here and 50 here, that doesn't mean you have to spend that full amount. You could say, I'm spending $20 for every test and I'm going to have to burn through a lot of tests, but I'm going to get there. You can do that too. Me personally, I spend $100 per test because I know I'm going to find one pretty quick at $1,000 over 10 of them. I'm going to find a winner pretty quick versus somebody who's spending like $10 over 50 of them. That's like $500 they're spending over 50. And you know, if you hit a good sale, that's good. That's a good sign if you get an early sale, but it's just a different style. So set aside some budget for testing, set a fixed amount that you want to spend per test and stick to that amount. When you hit that amount, go into Facebook and go into Google and shut off that test campaign for that product and be relentless. Don't think, oh no, I'll just give it a little more, a little more, a little more. Set your dollar amount and stick to it. I would say 50 is a good number to start. Personally, I do 100. Looking for the first time users credit on Google. Okay. Oh, that's a good idea. If you want free money, type in Google ad credit. Where is it? This is it. There you go. Google ad credit. Type it into Google. Find that. Go here. We'll match the amount you spend up to $150. You spend 150, they'll give you 150. There's 150 in free spending. Start now. So if you don't have an ad account, you can go in and do that. You may even be able to do that on a, if you have one, you can create another one, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But there you go. There's free credit. There's free $150. Off topic, are you aware of this, any supply concerns for products overseas due to the virus? I'm not aware, but I'm sure it's going to happen because, I mean, you can't deny it. There's going to be issues with supplies. There's going to. So is it happening yet? No. But will it happen? Yes. And what do? Keep going till it happens. Like, what can we do? We can't do anything about it sitting here on our computers. So it's just something that my whole life philosophy is worry about what I can control and don't worry about what I can't. So I can't control when these suppliers run out. I can't control when this stupid virus runs its course and is gone. I can't. The only thing I control is what I do. And if I just stop what I do because I'm worried about all the what ifs and the whens and all that stuff, I'm going to drive myself crazy. So, I mean, I'm not denying that there's going to be issues. There's going to. Of course there's going to. Shit happens. Life happens. We just got to deal with it. This is not new. Stuff will always come up. There will never be a perfect ideal time to do anything. The best time to do it is when you can. That's my whole philosophy. So yes, we can worry about this and we can discuss it and debate it and go back and forth, but I mean, just accept it. It's going to happen. I mean, odds are with this virus crap, you're going to have friends or family that are going to get it. Maybe you'll get it, but the the mortality rate is pretty like low. I guess it's like older people that are really affected the most because they're old and they got like immune deficiencies. I don't know. Maybe if they got pneumonia, they may pass away too. So, yeah, I'm not discounting it. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but I just know that I know what the media loves to do, and they love to get fear is a huge thing because what happens when people are scared? They start going to websites for news more, and then the news can sell more ad spots because their impressions go up. So it's all business for the news. They don't give a shit if they're scaring the crap out of people, which they are. I mean, look at the toilet paper crisis we're going through right now. What the hell is that? People are like, my wife went to Costco yesterday. Toilet paper sold out. I'm like, okay, um, okay. What does that have to do with any of this? Nothing. It's just people get into this like me above all else and hoarding mindset, and it's really sad. But that's what happens. So I mean, I don't know what happens when they have 10 years worth of toilet paper in their basement. Like, do they stop buying then? Does that make them happy? I don't get it. I don't understand. But does Google have an optimizing stage like Facebook? Yes, they do. Google, once you run more traffic uh, through your account and through that pixel, it'll get better and it'll get smarter and it does optimize better. Another question for my Facebook page: should I do a Shine On page for the URL for Shine On? No, you could do a Mother's Day page. You could do a family page. You could do a Benita's funny gift page. Like the page doesn't matter. The title of the page doesn't matter. I know people think you need a niche page for everything. You don't. It could be uh, you could have a random word as a page and it would still work. Like the page name and title doesn't matter at all. Like I've named some of my pages the first page you should look at, and I've run ads on it and it worked. And it's got nothing to do with anything I'm running on it. I just did it to prove a point that the page name doesn't matter. Off topic, back in one webinar, we say male responders mentioned. Did I miss it? Male responders. Was that this one? Was that way back or was that this one? Well, post that in the forums. I'll answer it there for you. Do I name it Shine On? No, name it whatever you want. Name it funny gifts. Name it awesome gifts. Name it cool stuff to buy. Name it I love this. Name it you should share this with your friends. Like whatever you want to name it, doesn't matter. You don't need a new page. If you have a page, run it off that page. Even if it's a funny mug page, run it off that page. It doesn't matter. The page doesn't matter at all. I live in Australia now. $1 USD equals $1.50 Australian. When you use $50 ad budget, doesn't mean that should I use the equivalent of 50 USD, 75 Australian, or 50 Australian. I'm in Canada and I just work in US dollars, so I just go US. And $1 is like uh, well, $1 Canadian is like 72 cents American, but going from American to Canadian, it's like $1, I get $1.30 Canadian. I don't know if that makes sense. And yes, I am heading on vacation and I am going down south. So as of right now, anyway, I mean, the NBA thing threw me for a loop, but I mean, it's March break here in Canada for all the kids and everything. So a lot like me and a lot of Canadians head down to the warm weather to sit by the pool for a bit. So hopefully everything goes well. Uh, I will keep you guys posted. I'll still be online. I am bringing the laptop, so I'll be on there. Um, but we'll play it by ear. We'll see what happens. So I think I'm going to close off there. I hope you guys got a ton of value out of this. I know the Google ads and the analytics hookup can be a little bit confusing. Just pause the video and go back through it and you'll get it hooked up easy. And that little tracking thing with Google is the reason that a lot of guys don't do it because they don't understand it. And the whole, a lot of guys don't even know that Google had rules. They thought it was just Facebook, but it's not. Google. Google invented it. So with these two traffic sources and with this awesome holiday, I cannot see why anybody who's on here cannot make money with Mother's Day. So we're all going to kick ass. Let's go do it. Go get some tests up and running. And if Facebook has been annoying you for a while, go to Google. Just run them on Google. Like there's nothing that says you have to run Facebook ads. You can run one or the other or both. I like to run both because I like them. So anyway, I'll post a replay soon. Everybody have a great day, and we will talk to you on the forums.